Uncle? What's up, Uncle? What's up, Uncle? What's up, Uncle? What's up, Uncle? What's up? What's up, Uncle? What's up, Uncle? Uncle!
Welcome to the third episode of the Uncle Champ podcast. You know, before I start, I always got to hit you guys with that disclaimer, so here it is. If you can't think for yourself, this ain't for you. If you can't think outside of the box, this ain't for you. I'm here to teach, I'm here to learn, I'm here to listen, and I'm here to speak. Man, it's been a minute, A lot of stuff has been happening since my last video, the UFO video, that is. By the way, I didn't mention this at the time, like during the video, although I knew about it, but I was talking about so much shit that it just went over I totally forgot to mention it. And by the way, I just want to let you guys know, a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, he asked me, do I have talking points when I make these videos? Do I take notes and everything else? And my answer was, no, I don't. Everything I do is on the fly. Everything I do, I think about it, before I do it. Yes. But this is all natural. Right. And when I made that video about the UFOs, I forgot to mention they were supposed to declassify some files in regards of UAPs. We call them UFOs, but they changed it to UAPs. And that was a couple of weeks ago. I was very excited about it, but they didn't really speak too much in regards of what's out there. They pretty much said there is something flying around and we don't know what the hell it is. We don't think it's aliens, but it could be aliens. We're not writing it off. They just pretty much had everybody running in circles. So I'm kind of disappointed. Do I still have beliefs? Yes, the hell I do. Wherever there's smoke, there is fire. All right. And people see what they saw. You know what I mean? It's something out there. A friend of mine's from Canada said something to me that stuck with me, and it makes so much sense. God does not waste space, right? And that's in regards of what's out there. There's other things out there. It's not just us. It's really silly of us to think that. But this episode is not about UFOs. It could be, who knows? When it comes to me, I'm everywhere with this shit. But there is a method to my madness. Today, I want to talk about something, man, that's really, it means so much to me. The domino effect. The domino effect. I don't need to explain to you guys what that is, but I want to talk about that when it comes to us. Back in the day, a couple years ago, I've never been a reader. I never used to read. But when I decided to start picking up books, I didn't know where to start. So I sat back and I was like, damn, what do I read? And it took me back to my high school days. A lot of females in my high school, shout out to Sarah J. Hell. A lot of females used to always talk about this book called The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier. Shout out to Sister Soldier. I was like, okay, let me just read that. To the library, snatched it out, started to read it. The book starts off, I'm not going to just break down the whole book, but in a nutshell, the book starts off with a young lady, her dad, I think her father's name was Santiago. This dude was a drug dealer. He was a very successful drug dealer, made a lot of bread. If my memory serves me right, the book starts off with them describing the house that they lived in. And in that description, the Alphabet Boys rushed it and arrested Santiago. And if I got the name wrong of who Winter, which is who the book is about, he gets arrested, serves his time. Now, this girl, I think she was like a teenager at the time in the book. She was in the system now. She's so used to living this lifestyle. You know, her dad was a drug dealer. She had all these brand name clothes and eating the finest things, drinking the finest things, doing X, Y, and Z. She was a spoiled child. And she wasn't the only child, though. And in a nutshell, the book is just of her surviving and keeping up with that lifestyle that she had, that her father gave to her. So she was out in the streets doing what she had to do. The coldest winter ever. And Sister Soldier came out with other books. Like, it was like a trilogy. So the next one, I think it was about Winter's sister. I think her name was Portia. And another book was about, I think they were twins, the other two sisters of Winter, who were in the system, foster care, and they had to hustle and do all their thing. They was, you know, getting locked up, doing all sorts of crazy shit. Then in Winter's story, which is the first book, there was a guy named Midnight that she met, a Muslim brother. He was also a teenager. She came out with a book about Midnight. Now, in this book is of his lifestyle, of him being a Muslim, of him being disciplined, and him doing X, Y, and Z, and him also going in the system, and then no. I'm sorry. I think the first book, because Midnight had two books. The first book is of Midnight being a Muslim brother and meeting an Asian woman. I think she was Japanese, and what he had to go through dealing with her, and, you know, his love life with her, but it was all tied in. Okay, so the Midnight character was still the guy that you read in The Coldest Winter Ever, but now it's a culture thing. Him being Muslim and meeting the Japanese woman, and the father didn't like it, whatever. I'm not getting into that. Then the next book is of him, again, Muslim brother, who was so disciplined and had to do something, okay, that got him arrested, and he going through the system. I say all that to say this. It made me, reading the book, like, everybody has like a different perspective on things. And when I read the book, I tried to like go wide, like when my thinking just reached a whole different level of things. And it made me think about everyone's perspective, the things that everyone had to go through to be where they are today. We tend to, like, on our block, right? We have a tendency of judging. Like, I'm just making up a random name. LaToya. LaToya, she fucks everybody on the block. We call her all sorts of hoes, dots. We treat her like shit. We fuck her. We kick her out the house. We kick her out the crib. We create a reputation for her. Well, she created it for herself because she was out fucking everybody. But we don't completely know the story, why she's doing what she do. We don't know if it's because she just loves to have sex. We don't know if she was molested as a child. We don't know if she's out there looking for love. We don't know what the backstory is. The only person who knows is her and God. But we label them. And the same people that we tend to label also have a dark story. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, I look on Facebook, like, on my time, like, social media is interesting when you don't say shit. When you just sit back and just read the post. And you see people, right? Like, Like, I know two girls, when it comes to relationships, because I've dealt with them, I know their imperfections. I know how fucked up they could be. But then they'll post something on Facebook and go, there isn't no real men, or I've treated you so well. They're not talking about me. I'm just, I treated you so well, and this is what I get, and this I'll never. And I sit back and go, yo, little did they know. And in their post, you see people comment positive things to them, like, girl, don't you worry, I know you've been through da 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 da. And I'm sitting back like, yo, little do y'all know, she do some fucked. This person is fucked up. But then as I'm speaking, right, as I'm literally making this video and I'm talking right now, it just hit me like, yo, bro, you're contradicting yourself, because listen to what you're saying. Who's to say that this person isn't this way because of the shit that they went through with men? You understand what I'm saying? And you're getting that. The devil works through people. It's like a domino effect. I swear to God, like just now, it made me think. It just hit me. I just caught an epiphany. Like, yo, you know what? She's a bitch because, pardon my language, she's a bitch because of what she's been through. It's not you. It's what she's been through. The devil works through people. You know what I'm saying? Now, my job, I have to learn how to forgive and forget. And I have with other things, but because of this, I haven't. And right now in this very particular video, I am forgiving and forgetting. Okay. I'm leaving that alone. I'm not saying I'm going back to whatever situation that I'm mentioning, but it is what it is, dusting it off and keeping it moving. And this is what we need to learn. This is what we need to learn. We need to have perspective. I don't believe that people are born evil. I really don't believe that. I believe things happen, things come in front of us in our lives that make us do the things that we do. Okay. Now, with that being said, it's been so long. I think the last video I made was about a month and some change ago. And because of things that's been happening, like, I don't think 2 years went by, like 2.5 years. I called 2020 and 2021 one whole year. Like, if this was elementary school, if I was back in school and you write your heading, I wouldn't put 2021. I would put 2020/2021. Because I feel like this is one whole year, and so much happens in such a quick time, man. So much has happened between the time that I made the last video about UFOs and the one that I'm making now, right? And forgive me because for taking so long, for dropping another video. I had so much technical difficulties, man. I'm back though, okay? But anyway, I think a week after I did the videos about the UFOs, DMX dies. And I was supposed to drop a video in regards of DMX. My friend, a very close friend of mine, shout out to DJ DLO. We had a conversation and he was like, yo, bro, I'm surprised you never mentioned anything about DMX yet, because he knows I'm a huge DMX fan. And when I love something, like, I'm very passionate about it, and I go in, especially on social media, I will have like a long post talking about, I said, nah, I ain't saying nothing yet, because I wanted to watch the world speak on X. And as they did, and as they should, you know what I'm saying? X deserves that. He deserves his flowers. But I looked at things in a different perspective. Everybody loves X. And, you know, everybody has their little theories of how or why he died. And some say it's because of drug overdose, right? And because everybody knew that DMX had a drug addiction. Then I thought about that shit, man. And I'm like, okay, if X wasn't a rapper, it made me think of how we treat people who have drug addictions. They treat them like shit. They make fun of them. They even abuse them physically. I've seen it. Family members won't reach out to them. Family members won't help. They just out there. But X, we love him. We love him as we should. And my question is, like, why don't we have that same love for that person who's right outside your door? We all need help. All of us. But what I notice is we have a tendency for reaching out to those who don't need. Like, if it's easier to help somebody that don't need that help than there is the person that really needs, if that makes any sense. Like, I see family members, right? Facts. I see family members who you're calling them every day. You're going to see them every day. You're talking about them all the time. You're doing this, that, and the third. You're embracing them so much because they graduated from college. They got good jobs. They wife and kid. They doing this. They doing that. But then the person that actually needs the fucking help, y'all don't do shit. Y'all don't do shit. And then you look at this like and then like you expect them to win. You expect them to come out of this dirt, this gutter, this shit that they in on their own, to find their way home by themselves. Let me tell you something. When you're a child, you live like a king, you live like a queen, you live like a princess, you live like a prince. You got somebody wiping your ass. You got somebody feeding you at a particular time. You ain't got to worry about bills. You ain't got to worry about shit. They're protecting you. If it's raining outside, they're covering you from that rain. If it's fucking cold, they'll take their coat off their back and put it on you because you're a little fucking baby and you're protected. And you got a village around you of people that loves you. Right? You don't got to worry about shit. But as this is happening, there's something or someone right outside your door, right outside, slithering back and forth, waiting for that day for you to leave that protection, for you to leave that nest where you're on your own now. You got to go to school by yourself now. You got to be a man now. And while you on your own, you got somebody offering you drugs. You got somebody offering you cigarettes. You got somebody offering you sex. You got somebody offering you to join a gang. You got somebody doing so much bullshit that every time you take it, you might not have accepted the drugs, but you're accepting fucking that girl at a young age or fucking that guy at a young age. You might accept joining a gang. You might do this, you might do that because the devil works through people. And more you just keep digging yourself down that hole. And you turn your back on those that need the help. But the one that's doing good, and I'm not saying they don't need that help. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you think you could get something out of that motherfucker over there. You can't help that. You can't help this person here because it's affecting you. You gotta give. You gotta give. But this one, you gotta find. You can take from the outside. There's an agenda. There's a motive. There's no stress over there. There's a bunch of challenges helping that person that has a drug addiction. This person right here made a mistake hanging out with that group of people, and now they're in jail, and now they need your help. They're asking you for a coat because it's cold where they're staying at in jail. It's freezing. You can't even send them a coat. You can't even visit them. You can't even write them a letter. But they back there fending for themselves. This is the way we live, y'all. We don't know what got them to that level. DMX, he died. We don't know what he died about, but some say it's because of drugs, right? But what caused him to go that route? What caused him to go that route? We don't know. We can't judge. We all have demons. The devil works through people. And I'm not making this about DMX. I'm making this about all of us as a whole. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not calling these drug addicts or whatever, even somebody that steals. I'm not saying they're innocent. It's fucked up. I know people who have drug addictions. I know they do some fucked up shit. But deep down in their heart, they're not bad people. I don't believe that people grow. People are born evil. We got to make a change, man. We got to make a change. We got to learn how to start helping each other again. So we could create this domino effect can be more positive than it is negative. If this virus thing that just happened didn't teach you something, man, that this world is very strong, very small, and what you do will affect another person. Look how quick that virus reached out to the entire world in such a quick time frame. Such a quick time frame. And we would never understand the importance of the domino effect because we are so busy stuck in our own fucking life. Like we don't care. Like, yo, let me tell you something. I work in the city. I'm not going to tell you what stop I get off, but this train station I get off, it's huge. It's well known. Hundreds of people go in and out this motherfucker every day. I remember I used to see this lady on the floor every morning with a little girl in her hand in the train station. And she would ask me, who knows, maybe the kid is a prop. Maybe a prop, not problem, prop for her to get some bread out of people. And who knows what she's doing with the money. But how I would watch people just literally walk past this homeless, or this lady begging for money on the floor. And this train station is pissy. I would watch this lady ask people for money with this little girl, and nobody would pay this woman no freaking mind. This is the world that we live in, man. This is the world that we live in. We don't help those that need that needs the help because we so stuck in our own shit, chasing this fiat money. Yo, during 2020, there's some people that went to work. Some people didn't. You would go on social media and people would be complaining. Yo, I gotta go to work every day, while these people get to sit on their ass and collect a check. I get it to an extent, but on both ends, shouldn't you be happy that although they're getting a check to stay home, shouldn't you just be kind of content that that person actually gets to continue feeding their family, paying the bills, and not being around this so-called deadly disease, right? And on the other end, those who are collecting that check while they're sitting home, pray for those who's actually going to work and collecting a check and coming home. Vice versa. It's all about perspective. Okay? We're arguing with each other. We're arguing with each other, going back and forth about this fucking dollar bill, and lost the thought of, yo, it's some crazy shit happening. Let's help each other. Like, you would think with all this craziness that happened with this world these past couple of months, that it'll wake some people up, to humble them. You know, my bedroom here, something to eat. My bedroom here, take the shirt off my back. Nah, it didn't happen that way. It got worse. Because the devil works through people. It got worse. People are arguing over, like, the other day on Twitter, and I'm very disappointed in you. And somebody, you know what, whatever. Somebody posted up a video of a lady in an airport. She's wowing. She went behind the desk. She broke the computer. She grabbed the stanchion. She wanted to swing it. And while she's doing that, her daughter was crying. She's with two of her kids, a boy and a girl. Daughter looked like she's about 8 years old. Yeah, maybe 8. Probably younger. Mommy, I don't want you to get arrested. Mommy, I don't want you to get arrested. And the person that tweeted this, she kind of said what I said, like, yo, I feel for the kid. But then I looked at where that video came, where she got that content from a guy. His reason for posting that video was trying to point out race on some, like, here go black folk again. It's something about airports, black people and wilding out in airports, whatever point he was trying to prove. And I read the comments, and it turned into a race thing. It's obvious this woman who was in the airport, she's going through some mental health things. Because for her daughter to go, Mom, I don't want you to get arrested, it's obvious that her daughter experienced her mom wilding out the way she was wilding out in an airport. Okay? But people was making it a race thing. And I see this a lot. And this is one of the reasons why I stopped messing with Twitter, because Twitter is evil, man. It can be very informative, but it's a very evil place. And it's a lot of racist shit going on Twitter, where black folk is posting video of a white person and doing some crazy shit in the street, and then they go and look at what white folk doing, and black vice versa, not realizing like, yo, this is just the world we live in, where we got some crazy motherfuckers out here that needs help. It's not about fucking race. It's some racist shit going on, obviously, but it's a bigger picture, because whoever created this narrative is the ones that's controlling all of you motherfuckers doing what y'all doing. That small percent of people is the problem that got y'all thinking the way y'all thinking. But and I'm saying, this is me. I said this in my second episode, and I'm bringing this back because it's very important. It's very important, and it all ties into domino effect, man. It all ties into domino effect, bro. All of it. This shit is like one big pyramid scheme. Okay? And if we don't change the way we think, if we don't start really loving each other, okay, start helping each other, and start living the way we're supposed to be living, we're always going to freaking suffer. And don't do it because it's trendy. Don't start talking about shit because it's trendy and you want to look cool on social media. Do it because you're genuine about it. The reason why I'm saying that is this. Was it yesterday? The president of Haiti dies. He gets assassinated. All over social media. Prayers for Haiti. Prayers for Haiti. Enough is enough. Prayers for Haiti. Enough is enough. Haiti has been suffering even before I was born. They've been going through shit. They pretty much damn near slaves out there, man. They are struggling and they're suffering. Every year in Brooklyn, we have a West Indian Day parade on Eastern Parkway. Millions of people out there. It is packed. You can't even walk. The Haitians are the deepest culture at this parade. They're the deepest. When you see that truck, I'm talking about blocks and blocks and blocks of that Haitian flag. Once that truck goes by, you know the parade is over. Because they're the biggest. The biggest. And every time I see this, right, I go, wow. Why aren't we as powerful as we look? With all these people out here in New York, in Canada, in France, on the island itself, in Miami. Why is the island suffering as much as they're suffering, and we got all these fucking people out there? The reason why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking right now, it's like I'm living. It's like I've had dreams, right? And I'm pretty sure everybody has before, where you don't like what's going on in this dream, and like let's just say you know, like let's just say there's a loved one that's about to get hit by a car, and you see the car coming, and in your dream you're going move, but you can't run to them on time, and the dream keeps happening and happening and happening. This is kind of like what I'm in right now, because how are we like constantly allowing these things to happen? Why aren't we helping those people? Why are we only talking about prayers for Haiti and posting prayers for Haiti, and we're not actually helping those people? Why are you saying enough is enough? And I'm not directing it to one person. I'm seeing this shit everywhere. Enough is enough, and da 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 da, and then it goes away. We seeing this shit happen with the Zimmerman situation. We seeing this shit happen with Sandra Bland. We seeing this shit like all the time. It becomes one thing. We talk about it for a little bit, and then we let it the fuck go, and we don't do shit for it. We don't do nothing. Each and every one, we don't do nothing, because if we did something, it would not. If we would do something about it, it would not be happening. Look at the Jewish folks. They don't play around. Us, we talk about it, we post it, and we just keep it moving. Why aren't we doing something about it? Why? It don't make sense. To me, it don't make sense. Okay? It don't make sense how these fucking promoters, right? They would throw parties in DR. These West Indian parties in DR, and no disrespect to my Dominicans. I'm just using this as an example. I love everybody. I don't have no issues with nobody. They would go to DR and throw these Caribbean parties in DR while Haiti is literally right there. They put so much money in DR. And I'm not saying don't put any money in DR. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you will wave your Haitian fucking flag or your Jamaican flag, your Trinidadian flag, and you'll do all of this and give all this money over here. But yet you got an island right next to it that you wouldn't even fucking piss on. You wouldn't even piss on. What the fuck is up with my mic? You wouldn't even piss on. But yet, when it comes to looking cool, you'll go wave your flag at the Brooklyn West Indian Carnival. But you wouldn't even piss on Haiti. You wouldn't even throw a party in your own island. $2 a day they make out there. $2 a day. I mean, really? What are we doing? Posting? What the fuck is a post doing? That ain't no different. That's no different from me seeing the homeless lady with that little girl when I'm getting off the train station. I'm seeing we just walking right by. Come on, man. We gotta do better. All of us, including myself. Don't think that I'm not saying, including myself. All of us. We gotta stop that shit, man. We gotta stop that shit. We do something, it becomes trendy, we forget about it, we keep it moving, and it's on to other news. And we only talk about shit when it's hot, when it's a hot topic. I'll give you an example. I posted something on my Facebook page, and it was about the stimulus check. And this dude comes out. And the only reason why I said what I said is because I wanted to see how people react when it comes to politics. So this dude just went off. Trump, yeah, I want my check, and I'm laughing as he, like, I didn't even respond to homeboy. Somebody I know personally. I didn't even respond. Every time he said something, I put like an emoji or them gifts or whatever you call them, for a round of applause, just to, he just kept talking. That's what Trump, and I didn't say nothing. He just kept responding to every time I put an emoji or a GIF. And I started to laugh because I noticed something, right? What we tend to do is no different from watching basketball. I'm a Celtics fan, by the way. I'm a very passionate Celtics fan. And that's what I used to use my social media for, just talk about sports, especially basketball. And what I noticed is this. People, when it comes to sports, you got a certain type of fans, especially since LeBron James came in the game. They're not really fan of the sport. They're a fan of the conversation. They want to get involved. So you would go a whole season, like me being a Celtics fan, I would go a whole season watching my Celtics play, whether they're doing bad or they're doing good. It's a journey. It's an experience. Okay. So when they actually go to the finals or win a championship or whatever the case may be, it feels good because you was watching these motherfuckers from day one. So if they lose, it hurts you a lot because you went through a whole season watching these people play. All right. And then they lose, you mad, like, damn, I got to go wait till you're angry. I got to wait a whole summer, hoping and praying they go pick up somebody good and da-da-da-da-da. Then you got the other fans who cheers for those where it's easy to cheer for them. Right? Cheer for a team with especially following LeBron James. LeBron will join a team. That team will just get dismantled and then rebuilt to a whole different type of organization where you'll have Ray Allen, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Anderson, so many freaking people where it's easy to cheer for them. So they didn't go through that. They're not even basketball fans. They're fans of the conversation. They want to get involved. So it's finals time. They're posting all these Miami Heat, the Lakers, anything that it's easy to cheer on, they'll be talking about them. So now they're arguing with the passionate fans, getting them riled up, the people that actually care. But you ask them who's on that fucking roster. They don't know. They only jumped on that bandwagon because right now it's cool to jump on that bandwagon. So this person that commented on the post that I put up in regards of the stimulus check, he's going off and he's talking about, why didn't Trump sign off on this? That I don't even know what the guy was talking about. Everything that he said didn't make no fucking sense. But it made me think about basketball because a lot of people, they're having conversations about stuff and they don't have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And while they're speaking about these things on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever the case may be, they're creating again, keyword, we're talking about domino. They're creating a domino effect where somebody else is going to be watching this and they're going to be going off of this and they're going to create an emotion where now they're going to be talking to somebody else about it, and then that feeling trickles down to everybody else, and they have no idea what the fuck they talking about. This is where we are with this Haitian shit. You're not paying attention to what the fuck is going on. Y'all just going off of, prayers go out to Haiti. Prayers go out to Haiti. Prayers go out to Haiti until it's no longer in the news, and now we going off to something else. Another trendy fucking topic while they still suffering. That domino effect is a motherfucker, man. I didn't even think I was gonna be this emotional. But this shit is annoying, bro. What are we gonna do? When is this shit gonna stop, man? We got anti-jab people, and y'all know what I mean about jab by now. Then we got pro-jab people. These people are fucking arguing with each other. For what? For what? Please tell me, why are they arguing with each other? There is no reason for y'all to be arguing about should you take it or should you take it. Oh, them people shitting, but why they ain't go fucking take it? Oh, y'all bugging. Why you gonna have plants growing out your ears and da 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 da. At the end of the day, you two fucking idiots should not be arguing about should you or shouldn't you take it. Because guess what? What's happening right now in 2020/2021 is brand fucking new. None of us know the answer to what's going on because we all new to this shit. It's all hearsay because we don't know the end result of any of this shit. We all are figuring this shit out together, and the only people that knows the real answers to this stuff is God and that small little percent that runs this world. I'm gonna end this shit off, man, because I'm about to go down a whole nother different rabbit hole that, I like this little channel. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I'm going to be creating another platform where it's strictly audio. So it's going to be like a real podcast. I'll be giving you guys the information real soon. Shout out to all my supporters, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, whatever you call that shit. Leave a comment, man. All positive, though. I'm not with all the negative stuff. I might have sound aggressive in this, whatever you want to call this. I'm not even in that. This shit just changed my whole mood, man. But yeah, man. Let's communicate. Let's go back and forth. Let's talk. Let's create some positive energy, man. Let's go back to living God-like, the way we're supposed to be living. All right? We fucked up. We fucked up. We grew up fucked up. All of us. And I'm not talking about not having money. It's not about money. It's like we all going through some sort of PTSD. We wasn't raised right. And I'm not talking about your parents or fuck. I'm talking about like shit that was surrounding us. You know what I mean? we all grew up fucked up, man. And I know a lot of us know this shit. We gotta, since we know it, let's create a better path for those that's behind us. That's our job. Come on, man. Let's heal the world, in the words of Michael Jackson. Anyway, I'm out, man.
This is the time when you should learn to pray for yourself. You know what I'm saying? God has given you time away from the distractions. You got a bee on your shoe. You know, away from the distractions, like that one. You know, away from the everyday hustle, things that we came to think were important. We're finding out haven't been that important at all. You know, haven't been that important at all. You know, and starting to realize that it's really important. It's having our loved ones around us, having our loved ones with us. You know, close counters. You know, just getting back to who we are, who we're supposed to be. The word says peace, be still. That's the word. Peace, be still. And that's in the Bible. Those are not my words. It's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And we've gotten that. He forced us into it, you know? But, you know, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, you know? You know, listen. God's going to make you listen. Believe that. He's going to sit you down. He will sit you down. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. There's some that were called home to God. And others who became aware of the grace that God was willing to give them by bringing them back from the brink of death. Scarface. You know what I mean? Scarface. Making a recovery. Love you, brother. You know? On the other hand, Fred the Godson. He's with God. God's son. Come on. Come on. He's with God right now. You know? My condolences to the family. My condolences to the family of everyone that's lost someone. You know, as a family member or a friend. You know, we feel that pain. But we feel that pain because we're going to miss them being with us. You know? If you think about where they are, hey, they're in a better place.